Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ance Armstrong back again here. Today is Monday. You know what that means. We still rocking and rolling here with Market Monday and MLB The Show. Even with the MLB season winding down, we're still getting tons of content and MLB The Show 21 that we need to go over. This content week could be a little bit of a lighter one after some really big content weeks over the past couple weeks, but we still have a lot in store. New events, new player of the month program, and the start of the postseason program, as well as a lot of market moving that we need to chat about. Make sure you're prepared for a lot going down here in the future. Let's go ahead. Let's hop into it. First off, as always, coming in here looking at the market, we take a look at the live series market. Definitely some really solid recovery on these cards. They're starting to climb. I mean, DeGrom up to 41,000 subs. We really see those climbing. Tatis up to 30. Vladdy Jr. 43 for Acuna Jr. Lots of big moves here in the live series market. But when we come in here and we take a look at 84s, almost all of them are down close to quick sell, even for guys that have really solid chances of possibly being upgraded with the final postseason roster update. A lot of these guys down at quick sell. If you're wondering who to invest in, who to possibly look at for the postseason roster update, I'll link our video from yesterday going over that at the top of the video right now. Be sure to click that link, figure out who to be investing in. When we take a look at some other card types as well, all-star cards starting to rebound up to 18k now. We see that rebound coming for these all-star game mids, even with the buys, even with the sell now it's not moving. Those buy nows are starting to move up a little bit down today. It looks like at one point they got up over 25k, so probably not a bad idea to come in and pick some up now. They could be getting close back up to that 37, 40, even up to like 30k. If you're buying at 20 to 30k, that's a 7k profit right there. Nothing too bad on that front. We're starting to see that rebound now. That rebound should continue as we don't really have any opportunity to get these packs on the horizon necessarily. Home Run Derby, we see Story and Soto have been continuing to drop. The Home Run Derby pack was a little later in the run it back program, so now as people are continuing through that run it back program, we see Soto and Story getting down pretty significantly. I think we start to see the rebound on these pretty soon. I would guess 15k is the floor on these. It's a pretty solid price point to come in at. They've been low for a while, but even still, just last week they got close back up to 30k before we got inundated with more Home Run Derby packs. So we've gotten a lot of these packs recently. I think they're going to tap the brakes on giving us these Home Run Derby packs. So I expect those to start climbing back up ever so slowly. Not going to get up to 70, 80k like these mids have been before, but even coming in at 15, if they get back to 30, 35, I still think there is a lot of opportunity for an investment into a rebound on these cards. I got 2.8 million. I'm definitely going to be throwing out some on these here in the near future. Other ones we can also look at, 42 guys slowly creeping up above the quick sell value, even at their current prices. I mean, pretty solid flips. Randomly take a look at Babe Ruth here. You can see that pretty big drop that they had there, got down to quick sell. They are creeping back up above quick sell. I do expect that trend to continue pretty significantly. When we look at signature series, take a look at some of the headliners. Bad Bum at 28, Strauss at 20. These headliners have kind of settled into their price. So if you're still holding any headliners, maybe from the flash sale the other day, not a bad idea to be unloading these. Should still be able to make a decent amount of return on these, but they've pretty firmly settled in to their prices with what they're currently at. I don't expect too much more movement happening there. We also have a rebound for these rare rounds of the Field of Dreams. We saw those dip a little bit as well the other day. Those have started to rebound up to 78k a piece. Now, one thing to look out for, we're going to talk about player of the month a little bit more, but when we come over here into our programs, monthly awards, come to August, come on down to the end. We did have the Field of Dreams pack in the August monthly awards program. Could that be a Home Run Derby pack or All-Star Game pack this time? I think it's possible. I would probably lean to it being Field of Dreams or All-Star Game versus Home Run Derby. due to how many home run derby packs we've been getting recently, but certainly possible we get one of those two here. So that's something to keep your eye on. That is something to look out for whenever that drops tomorrow. That will definitely have an impact on things pretty significantly. Now, of course, new month, we do have the new daily program months. Not a whole lot happening here. Of course, at the end, we get our home run derby all-star game Field of Dreams. So that'll be something to watch for once we get to the end of things, but not really anytime soon on that front. One thing though, starting today, we do have a new ranked season. So we come in here in pennant race. That means both Roberto Perez and Orlando Hernandez will be leaving. Take a look at the current prices at 7K for both of these. Henchmen have been pretty consistent on rising over time. So this Perez, Orlando Hernandez, they should be increasing over the next few weeks, I would expect, especially if we get any sort of new collections coming out, as these cards will be no longer obtainable. Same with the World Series rewards, JV and Lindor. We've seen their prices kind of steadily rising already. Expect that trend to continue now that they will be no longer in the World Series pack. Now, could we get a rewind World Series pack in here, similar to what we have in the BR program at 80 points, where you can obtain those old World Series awards? It's certainly possible they could throw that at Championship Series, or maybe give you 2 at World Series, make it a cumulative win reward as well. Certainly possible that that happens. I don't necessarily see that being likely at this point in time, but it's certainly a possibility that we get those at some point if they want to allow us to get those World Series rewards again, and that would obviously impact things a lot. So keep a close eye on the ranked seasons reward path when that updates today with the new pennant race rewards, the new World Series rewards. We'll see what kind of packs maybe they throw in here if they give us anything. I do recommend picking up those henchmen at least. Just have one of each. Make sure you're covered for any collections. You don't want to be stuck buying those for thousands and thousands of subs more than what they are right now because you didn't pick them up whenever they launch. So I would definitely recommend picking those up right now at minimal. If you want to store some subs, store some investments out on those at 7K, certainly don't envision those going down, of course, unless we get some sort of rewind pack at some point. Now, coming back over here, taking a look at the schedule, we do have the postseason event coming up. Part 1 of 4 of events building lineups based off teams in the postseason. So could we see cards from teams that made the postseason have a slight bump in price as people are buying them to fill out their event lineup? I think it's possible, probably unlikely that we see any significant moves with that. But if you have some cards on teams that are in the postseason that you're looking to sell, maybe an opportunity for those to ever so slightly go up and you to make some stubs off of that. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy on that front, but I would be looking out at the reward path if there are any choice packs early on. And if we get any postseason cards in the reward path, that could bring down the price of some other postseason cards in the game. Postseason, one of the most expensive card types in the game right now, just because there aren't that many and people are needing them for collections. So if we get some more within the postseason event, that could definitely drive down the price of some of those other postseason cards as people are instead choosing to buy the event reward. Now, of course, new player of the month program will be dropping tomorrow as well. These tops now already really expensive. I mean, we got Jazz Chisholm with a 32K sell now, Hampton at 18, Rosario at 10, Shane Bass 17, Marcana 17, Adrian Hauser at 20. A lot of Garrett Richards up to 22. So a lot of these stops now cards already really expensive. I would not recommend going through and investing in any tops now cards at their current prices with how much value they're holding. I think the price points is going to deter people from going out and just buying these cards outright, and will instead encourage people to complete the program to obtain the cards that they don't have. Now, one thing I will be looking with how high these prices are, they will have significant room to drop come tomorrow. So if we back out here, we take a look at our programs, monthly awards, August. So one thing we're going to be looking for is these first couple packs in the Tops Now program. If they're selling for 10 to 15K sell now, and they get down to quick sell, they definitely have some room to bounce back up on the price. So that's one thing I'm going to be looking for If they can get down to quick sell, I'll definitely be willing to go in and throw some investments on that, some risk-free investments, as everybody is mass selling these Topps Now cards once they get them to get themselves some more stubs. Another thing we could be looking at, we don't have it yet. If we come in here, we go on into collections, legends, and flashbacks. We don't have a collection for lightning cards. We have the monthly awards collection, but we don't have a lightning collection. Could we be seeing a lightning collection come into the game tomorrow? We saw several lightning player of the month lightning collections last year. Maybe we see a return of that now that we are into the final month of the player of the month programs. Won't be getting any more after this. So maybe collect all the lightning cards for somebody like Lightning Tatis from last year. That would have a massive impact, as people are both more willing and desiring to complete the player of the month program, buying those Topps Now cards, and going through and buying past Topps Now cards that they maybe missed to complete old inning programs to unlock those lightning boxes as well. So be on the lookout for that. If that does happen, potentially a strong increase in price of Topps Now cards, especially old ones. I'm not necessarily investing in banking off of that, but I think it's a play that would cause a really solid rebound of any Topps Now cards that do happen to crash tomorrow. So one thing I'm keeping my eye of, not doing any investment ahead of time for Topps Now, but really going to be watching the market closely once that drops tomorrow. Now, lastly, looking on the schedule, of course, we see the postseason program coming out on the 8th. That's Friday. So that could have some solid impacts as well. Could be a great investment opportunity. Last year, the postseason program really mirrored the player of the month with the Topps Now, as the postseason cards acted as the Topps Now, and at the end, you went through, you collected those all, completed a program to obtain some more cards, and the eventual World Series MVP, Corey Seager. That was essentially the lightning card of the postseason program. So those cards will probably be needed later on for some form of collections. Of course, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but if that postseason comes out and we get some postseason cards and they end up being close to quick sell value, I think that could be a really, really, really great investment to come in, hold on to those, and possibly see a sharp incline in those prices once they're needed for collections later on. So if they're at quick sell, I'll invest. If they're not at quick sell, I may hold off until we get a better idea of what we're going to be working with for the postseason program. They always like to change things up and things be different, so we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. But I'll be keeping a close eye on that come Friday. If we can get some good prices, definitely a great place to go store some stubs with some investments that have a solid potential to return a good margin. So that does do it for Market Monday today. A sneaky amount happening this week in MLB The Show 21. Lots of ways to make stubs. I think there's some great investments in Home Run Derby All-Star Game. We're, of course, still prepping for the final roster update after the postseason in this year. We got monthly awards, which always makes things go crazy. And then the postseason program starting this week. So lots of movement happening on the marketplace. Going to be a lot of new cards entered into the market this week. We're going to be keeping our eyes close on everything. If we want to keep up live with the market as well, we do stream live on Twitch most nights of the week. The link to that down in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, as always, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you got any questions about the market, hit me up down in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll catch y'all around.